All right, you ready? I gotta turn
Ready
off
as
the
I'm ever
music.
gonna be.
I know.
I was looking at homes in the great state of Alabama.
We're not doing that routine again, are we?
Oh no, honey, I never left. Yes. Yes, yes. There is a something definitely more affordable than what it is in California. I think it's 4 bedroom, 3 bath for like 260,000. You can't buy a homeless person shack in California for $260,000. $260,000 will not buy you a shopping cart. Like that is just the wheels on the cart, but not the cart itself. Like you don't get the handle. You can't like push. Yeah, like for
Do
three
you know
hundred
you're
thousand,
live? Do you know we're
that's
live?
okay. That's okay. For 300,000, you might get a shopping cart with like the anti-lock brakes. Like so when you cross over that line and you can't steal their cart. What you know about shopping carts, Krista? What you know about them?
Oh, you want me to tell you the story of the shopping cart?
No, what I don't even do you have a shopping cart story?
The first time I talked to you about shopping carts and how one of my pet peeves was that people steal shopping carts.
And I said, well, how did you expect us to get our groceries home?
That's exactly what you said. And I said, it wouldn't occur to me in 100 years to steal a shopping cart.
Because you always had a car. I'm trying to understand.
In the hood, was it just like assumed that we were taking the shopping cart?
I mean, I don't know that it was in the hood. I just think that it was, if you don't have a car and you got 27 bags of groceries, you can't take that on the bus by yourself. You got to take the cart. Like to me, common sense ain't common. I mean, and I'm not talking about you, but I mean, it's just not common to all groups of people. And so what was common sense for us was to take the shopping cart and walk it home.
And
And
then
then
what would you do once you got it home?
turn that thing into a basketball court. You could flip it upside down and play on it with the other kids in the neighborhood. You could race. You could have basket races. Y'all, you really missed out on childhood,
You could
honey.
put all your playground balls in there at school.
No? Why would we have a shopping cart at school?
I've seen that. I've seen pictures of that.
That must be in the bougie areas, in the better area. In the suburbs, y'all put your balls in the shopping cart. That don't make no sense. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about shopping carts.
I'm
Hello and
wondering
welcome to
why
the
you're
family meeting.
so. Where's your light? You look
I
like
don't
you're
have any
ready for
light. This is
Halloween.
me. This is me. We are not coming for me today. I don't have no light. This is my first day home. I have been home for exactly not even 24 hours.
Okay.
And that's what we got.
Okay.
That's what we doing what we do. So welcome y'all.
Let us know
I
you're
see
watching.
Shamika in here. I see Donna. Hello, guys. Let us know that you're in here and where you're watching from. It is the day before Thanksgiving. People are crazy at the store. I
Did you try
literally.
to go to the store today?
When was I supposed to go to the store before? In DC? Should I bring my groceries on the airplane?
Get them in the shopping cart.
Oh my gosh. I can't even. So,
Okay, people are
ooh,
starting to jump on now. Mike Davis
Queen
is here.
Creek, Arizona. Shannon, where is Queen Creek? Is it anywhere near Peoria? That's my question.
Tell us
Natalie,
your shopping cart story.
Natalie's in Atlanta.
Hmm,
I thought Natalie normally chimed in from Florida. Oh, she says I'm
she's
traveling. Okay, I'm just making sure. See, I love the family meetings because we be knowing where people are coming from.
All right, people are
So,
jumping on now.
what was I gonna say now?
Happy Thanksgiving.
So I went to the store today and this lady was looking for heavy whipping cream. And it was right there in front of her, but she just couldn't see it. I think she was just looking too hard. And her daughter kept trying to tell her, like, it's right here, it's right here. And she just kept like hushing her daughter. And so a stranger said, ma'am, the heavy whipping cream is right here. And she had already yelled at her daughter. And so she looked at her and she was like, oh, how could I have done that? And she was like coming down so hard on herself. And I just looked at her and was like, ma'am, it's the day before Thanksgiving. Just give yourself some grace, girl. We all a little stressed.
Yeah.
And she turned around and was like, oh, yeah, give myself a little grace. So I just want to encourage you. Give yourself a little grace if you're feeling stressed out.
That's right.
People will eat. It will be okay if it's not exactly at 2:00. Ain't nobody going to starve on Thanksgiving. It's all going to be all right.
It's all going to be all right.
It's all gonna be all right. Patricia Grant's in the house. Hey. Robin's in the house from Edmond, Oklahoma. Hey.
So we're exhausted.
Oh, can you tell we exhausted? Look
Let,
at it.
let's recap. We're exhausted.
I'm so exhausted. I got to put this side of my face in the shadow because y'all don't really want to see the dark circle. It's a
Neither
mess.
of us have makeup on. We're both
No.
just
Mm-mm.
kind of.
Hey, you know what I was thinking today? Because
We
I
have
was like,
bad lighting.
okay, so I didn't want to come on because my hair a mess, and I was like, ugh, all my new growth. And then I was like, do white people use the word new growth, or do y'all
No.
say roots?
Well, roots is like what this is like I got to go get my hair colored. That's what
Do
we
you know
say.
what? Do you know what new growth is?
No, what is that?
Maybe it's a black thing. I don't know. If y'all okay, so new growth is like when I get my hair braided and my hair grows, and then now there's like a distance between Mike, I don't have on makeup either, haha. Between like my braid and like the new growth.
Oh,
When I come to Thanksgiving tomorrow, I'm gonna point out this new growth.
Robin says your hair looks great.
Robin ain't in person. I appreciate it, Robin, but girl,
You're
my
in the
hair is
dark.
a whole
The
prayer
lighting
request.
is bad.
Y'all better pray that these things stay in for Thanksgiving. Yes.
So since the Unshaken conference in Tucson at the end of September, I feel like we have done a lot. We've got
No,
a
honey,
lot
we
of
don't feel
places.
like we've done a lot. Reality shows we have done a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are we done now?
Is who done now? What you talking about?
Are we done for the year? Are we done speaking?
Oh, thanks, Mike. Yes, we are done. So we have done a lot. I thought you was gonna go down a list of what we did. We have no plan, family. If y'all tune in and y'all like, they seem weird, like we have no plan. We just shooting the breeze today.
So anything you want to talk about, put your questions.
Put your question in the comment. Oh, you know what? A question that I have for you guys. If you don't have a question for us, which if you do, feel free to put it in. What are you thankful for?
Yes.
What are you thankful for this year? We're going to share some of what we've been thankful for this year in a second. But we would love to know what you're thankful for. So Krista, as you mentioned, we've done a lot since the Unshaken Conference. The Unshaken Conference was the first weekend in November. It was November 4th, that
Well,
first
even
Saturday.
going back farther than that, the Unshaken conference in Tucson was at the end of September. Then we came home for a few days. Then we went to SES.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then we went to Michigan.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we went to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Then we came home and shot the curriculum. Then we went to Texas.
Dallas, and then
Dallas. Then we went
Fort
to
Worth,
San
and then San Antonio.
Antonio.
You gotta differentiate. You can't be like, this was in Dallas, because the Fort Worth people come for you. And if you're in Fort Worth and you call it Dallas, the Dallas folk come for you. Yeah. So I learned this the hard way yesterday. So yes, it is.
And then you went to
San Antonio.
After San Antonio, you flew to Washington, D.C. I finally flew home. Then we did a big event on Monday night for the Colson Center virtually that they interviewed us. That was like for a couple thousand people. And you spoke at a student leadership conference for 5 minutes. And then you finally flew home late last night. Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah, got in at 10 and got home after we had to go find us food. I think find me food. We finally got home around 11:30 because nothing was open.
So already getting some grateful things. Shannon says she's grateful for my church and the shepherds of my church leading us. I have the pleasure to serve on staff. It's amazing, and I'm so grateful. That's great. Shannon and whoever else is watching, along those lines of church leadership, I did a 3-part series on church leadership this year in August, September, I think, on my Theology Mom channel.
Mike says we will have 30 people at our home for Thanksgiving. First time. Mike, I might need to swing by because I know y'all gonna have sweet potato pie. Look, I'll wear a headband so can't nobody see my new growth. But I need some sweet potato pie in my life.
You should go over there because you're not going to get it over here.
You got that right. I just the pumpkin.
White people eat pumpkin pie.
I don't know why. I think black people eat pumpkin pie too. There are a few, like Kathy Lou, she eats pumpkin pie. But I mean, so he says that he will have 30 people at his home for Thanksgiving. First time family will be together since the pandemic. For that, I am thankful. He and his wife just celebrated their, I want to say 32nd or 36th. What year, Mike, happy belated anniversary. But I mean, they've been married for real, for a long time. And
he says that sweet potato pie will be there. Come on by.
Hey. Oh, my spirit, I feel it. Yes.
35 years.
Yeah, 35 years. So I mean, when I think about Mike and when I saw that post, I was thankful for that post because within the Black community, so many of us don't get married that it's not, you don't always see like long lasting marriages. Like when Virgil Walker posted his anniversary, I want to say a couple months ago now, how long they had been married. I was just like, wow, like, these are leaders and people who can show either us who aren't married or who haven't been married that long, the road. So anyway.
Oh, see, she says on Team Pumpkin Pie.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, hold on. What did you say?
I said Shamika is on Team Pumpkin Pie.
No, Shamika, come on now. Shannon Morton says pumpkin pie, yuck.
Karen says I've never had sweet potato pie. I never have either, Karen.
Y'all, I feel like we need to have a family meeting.
About the pie?
Yeah. Sorry if you guys hear the dog downstairs.
I do.
My grandmother always made both pumpkin and sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving. Let the Lord use you. That is good stuff. We've been together a total of 38 years. Sweet potato pie is pretty good. It is. It is good stuff. It is. With a little whipped cream on it. But you know what I also might make is I learned how to make in South Africa is stewed apples. You've eaten my apples.
Yeah, they're good. You make some for me? Will you make some for me?
I got all the stuff for it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm excited now. That sounds nice.
Okay, so what are sweet potato?
So we're people just jumping on, wondering why we're talking about pie. Just put something you're thankful for in the chat. Mike Davis said he was thankful for getting together with family, the first time since the pandemic. Other people putting some things in the chat. So tell us what you're thankful for.
Pumpkin pie is the sin of the South. Don't play no games. You better preach, Kevin.
Briggins is always coming on here making some trouble.
He needs to preach. That is a whole word. Y'all don't even understand. Do you call it stuffing or dressing? So stuffing and dressing are completely different. Dressing is like the side dish. It's usually more I don't want to say crummy or like textured, but it normally has a lot of other things in it. You put like meat in it, you might put some rice in it. Like, yeah. Stuffing is what you stuff the bird with.
Okay.
Stuffing is usually a little bit more soft. Yeah. So, okay. Krista, what are you thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful for another year of ministry. I'm thankful for, that my kids are doing well and they're finding their way in the world, and that, we're always working on our communication and doing things better. I'm grateful for 31 years of marriage. Our anniversary's in a few weeks.
Is that going to be 31 or 32?
It's going to be 31, yeah. And we were married in 1992. And I'm grateful for, just all the people that we have the opportunity to meet. I'm just grateful every day that I get to wake up and um,
I'm literally
be able to do ministry and uh, be able to serve the Lord's people. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful and waking up every day since 2014, when the Lord miraculously healed me from difficulty and disease in my life after 30 years. I mean, just every day I wake up since 2014 is just a blessing. So, I feel like I just try to walk in gratitude so much. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. We're having Thanksgiving at the house here this year. My mother finally asked for some help, so this is our first time, I think, doing it. So the kids are all pitching in, and everyone's taking responsibility for something different, different dishes, and I'm doing the cleaning, and I got a couple things. So yeah, just Abby worked on making the stuffing today. Emily's down there right now making the corn casserole. I can smell it, whatever she's doing. So yeah, it's going good.
I'm making yams and mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. Ooh. Mm-mm. Yes. And I'll bring that with me.
Brigham says,
He got married when you got married when he was playing hopscotch. What was
yeah,
he playing?
hide and go seek.
I ain't go see.
Yeah, I'm a little older than y'all.
Yeah, there's that. All right. Well, let me see what I'm thankful for. It's been a really good year. It started out last year. 2 days before Christmas, my brother got a kidney
Yeah.
transplant, and we thought we were gonna lose him before the kidney transplant. We were like, what's going on? Is this really gonna happen? And then during the kidney transplant, that whole process, it was very scary. We didn't know what was going on or going to happen. And
I was there when you got the call, and I'm trying to remember. It was like right
we were
before
pulling into the
Christmas.
post office.
Yeah, we're going to the Pope.
We
Yeah,
were pulling into the post office at 9 o'clock in the
that's
morning.
right. That's right. Yeah.
And Shalonda's making 3 cakes. So let me stay with my story. And so when I got the call, I think I dropped you back off at home. I don't even think I went into the post office. I just went and dropped you back off at home. And then I went and picked up his mother-in-law, because she's the one who called me.
Yeah.
And we just rushed to UCLA Medical Hospital, where he was having his procedure done. And yeah, that was a very rough, stint. I think he was in the hospital for probably over a week, close to 2 weeks. And yeah, we did Christmas in the hospital. We did New Year's we did all the things in the hospital.
Yeah, he was in there a while.
Yeah. But now he's back at work. My brother's a fireman. And so he's back at work. He's living life just like he was never sick. He works my nerve just like he was never sick. And I'm grateful. And so there was that. Then what else? I think we went right into writing and travel. And
Yeah, we spent the whole first half of the year working on writing the book, and
but we still had travel in that too.
yeah, and you had the writing retreat, I think, in March.
I did a writing retreat in
Where
March.
you
I got to
went
stay at
to
a lady's
Elisa's
house.
for 3 weeks.
Yeah, went to the auntie's house for 3 weeks and was loved on by her. It was a really nice time. I mean, I'm grateful for all the travel we've done. I'm grateful for all the people we've met. I'm grateful for all the people who, join us on the family meetings. I'm so grateful for everyone who donates and supports so that we can do what we do and encourage people and talk to people. And, I wouldn't have been able to done something like the ACSI conference without our supporters and donors, making it possible. And so there's a lot to be grateful for. I moved into my own apartment. I had lived with
That
you
was
guys
big in
for
May. Yeah, you moved into your own
almost
place.
5 years. It was 4 years and 11 months to the day.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so I moved into my own apartment. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I'm just super grateful. I'm grateful for God's provision.
So there's
Yeah.
a question or a statement on here from David. He says he's thankfully, no, that's not it.
Thankfully waiting for the book to come out.
So we might, maybe we should give another update about that.
Yeah, I will give another update about the book. We did an update on the 3rd of November, that on the 1st of November, we went into our marketing meeting for the book with our publisher. And instead of it actually being a marketing meeting, we were surprised that the marketing team wasn't there. And it was our acquisitions editor who told us then that the company that the publisher that we were with, Salem, or Regnery Publishers, who's housed under Salem, had been sold. And so because they were being sold, it hadn't gone through yet, but they were being sold, and they were going to be sold to a publisher that no one knew anything about. They only knew that the owner was Jewish. They had no Christian catalog. They wanted to actually growing it into the Christian publishing space. And so they were trying to buy this catalog from Regnery. At that time, they only had like a Christian cookbook or something like that on their list of Christian authors. And so because we didn't know anything about this new company, it was called White Horse or something like that. But because we didn't know anything about them and they knew nothing about us, we had no guarantee that the people on the team wouldn't be woke or supportive of the critical social theories or completely secular or anything like that. So I asked if we could buy our rights back to the book. They agreed. We paid for our rights back to the book, and now we own our book full out. We are prayerfully considering what the next steps are going to be. Our options right now are to possibly self-publish, or to go with a different publishing house and possibly have to wait a year for Walking in Unity to come out. This is all information that we've received in the last week. And so this is why, like, we're just now being able to update you. I don't think we knew that information even when we had the last family meeting. So that's the update, is that self-publishing is an option, or we can go with a publisher. We've had two publishers that have said, they would have interest in it. But having interest in it, they still must do their due diligence and not just publish something because another publisher said it was good. They want to make sure that all of the edits and things are correct to their specification. So there's that. Another thing that we bump up against is, in our book we do name names. And not every publisher is going to be as bold as Regnery was. There are some publishers, and I would probably say a good majority of publishers will be hesitant to publish material that goes against the holy grail of evangelicalism.
All right. Well, let's not name.
I'm not naming names.
All right.
Not in this. I'm just saying, like, that's something else.
There are certain people that we're learning are somewhat untouchable, so you can't name them. But I think people can pray for us as we're going into the year-end things and the uncertainty with the book. I think Monique and I are in a posture of prayer and asking the Lord to help us get into agreement, and that we'll have proper data collection so that we can make a decision based on data and evidence. I think we both have preferences, but we're wanting to, both of us have the same heart of wanting to do what's best for the book. But right now, we're trying to get some experts to weigh in about what they think is the best path, so people can pray for us in that. We should probably talk a little bit about Giving Tuesday before we hop off here.
I want to mention Chris's comment. He says, maybe you dodged a bullet on the timing of this. I honestly do feel that way. And not, in like some, mystical, kind of way or things like that. But I do believe in God's providence and providence in his timing. And so, for me personally, I'm not super stressed about the timing. I'm not super stressed about, the fact that Regnery was sold and that now it seems to have a different plan or a detour. Am I saddened by it? Definitely. But I do believe that God's providence is also at play. Elaine says, you don't want to be the experiment for a new publisher. I 100% agree.
Yeah, and the team the people that we worked with at Salem were good people. It's it's not any way shade on them. It's just I think that we'll just have to see what God's path is for the book and just pray for Monique and I to get to agreement. I think we're right now very far apart in our opinions, our individual opinions about the best path forward. But we've been very far apart on issues before.
Yeah.
Many times. That's not unusual for us. It's stressful, but something that we came into quick agreement about was buying the book back. Like that was literally a 10-second conversation between us. And we had very quick agreement about that. But we really need the Lord's wisdom to change one of our minds or to bring another option before us that we can get on board with.
Yeah.
So
Susie says, I am thankful for meeting you two and all your guests on YouTube. So thankful. I've learned some biblical clarity on hard to understand issues. Wishing you both blessed Thanksgiving prayers.
thank you.
And Mike says, very, very, very good book. Thank you. Yes, Mike has read our book. I think Kevin's read our book. Not sure if anybody else here is on the stream who's read it. All right. So you want to go into Giving Tuesday?
I can't believe it's already that time of year.
Woo.
And for those people who are new to the ministry, Giving Tuesday is a really big day at the Center for Biblical Unity. For some nonprofits, it's sort of an afterthought. But for us, it's a really big day because we really do try to make it an event. We try to make it fun. We try to make it something that people can hear about what the Lord's put on our hearts for the next year and how they can partner with us in very specific ways. We usually have very specific projects. And so.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I took off my glasses because I was having so many reflection problems, but then I can't read the comments because I'm too old. Chris is asking a great question, and it relates to Giving Tuesday, is would a strong, quick fundraising drive clarify your position on the book direction? I think I would be open to that, but I don't think it would clarify the particular issue in Monique's mind.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would clarify things for her. Kevin says, I'm thankful for the CFBU family and the opportunity to meet a lot of people in person in Los Angeles. Yeah, Kevin was out here for the curriculum filming. So anyways, Giving Tuesday is coming. So we would ask, to mark your calendar, pray about, if the Lord would have you partner with him through us. And really, we want people to know that they're giving their money to the Lord and that we take stewardship extremely seriously. And you're deciding to partner with the Lord, and we're partnering with the Lord. And it's kind of this, we're all kind of meeting together in the Lord's purposes and plans. And that's our hope. And this is the Lord's ministry. It's not our ministry.
Oh, yeah.
This all belongs to the Lord. It's his work from start to finish. And he will fund what his goals and visions are. And we try to pray and listen to the best of our ability, but
we're wise counsel and study the scriptures and all of that. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Never mind. I won't go down my little tangent.
Okay.
Hey, so, Keita's in there.
Oh yeah, I see. So maybe you could talk about kind of our big goal and then we can talk about our specific projects.
So here is our big goal. Our big goal is to bring it into the donor community family 30, sorry, I almost said it backwards. 30 new donors that support at $100. So we have giving tiers that flow from like $10, 25, 50, and 100. Now people give it anywhere in between that. Some people give $5 and we are extremely grateful and blessed. Some people give $15. So they're not actually hitting on that specific tier, but for like 0 to 10, that's one giving category. 11 to 25 is a different category. 26 to 50 is a different category. And then 51 to 100 would be a different category. 100 and over is a different category. And so we are looking to bring on 30 new monthly partners that are committed to donate at $100 per month. We know that's a big ask, and we are trusting the Lord that He will provide those 30 new donors every month, or for every month in the year of 2024. We are looking to fund our current support staff, and then to bring on one new support staff to help me specifically and to help with all things related to donors. And so that is what our big goal is. The next goal is to raise $10,000 for booth space. Krista, why don't you hop back on here, and you can take me off even and talk about the overall project in regards to expanding the ministry through different conference venues. That's something that Krista really heads up, and she's going to be able to explain it a lot better than I do. So you can take me off. Like, I don't need to be on.
Yeah, so our in addition to getting 30 new monthly partners at the $100 level, we're also looking to raise $17,000, and those are for two specific projects. One of them, and I'll scroll down here, is to expand our tabling presence at conferences in order to try to get our message in front of new audiences. And we each year have opportunities to be able to do conferences, but we don't always have the money to do them. And so we thought it would be nice to be able to say some yeses this year, as the Lord provides opportunity for us to be on the road and have a tabling presence, a booth presence at some strategic conferences to get us in front of new audiences. And so we would like to be able to do that. But buying booth space is sometimes expensive. And especially if you're trying to be at a high profile conference. And so we would like to raise $10,000 to go toward booth space, as well as we want to get some new aspects to our booth and kind of level up our appearance and that sort of thing. I'm going to put you back on, Monique, to talk about the third.
Well, she put me back on.
It's so near and dear to your heart. So yeah.
Okay. So I see Mike and Kevin's comment. I will not forget about the tangent because it also relates to the Bible and my hoodness. Yes. Okay. So the third Giving Tuesday campaign is to raise $7,000 for a trip to South Africa. Here's what's going on. I was approached by Apologetic South Africa to come and do a multi-city tour talking about race and unity. They will pay for all of my expenses in the country and all of my travel, food, lodging, everything. They're just a very small organization. And so paying for the flight from Los Angeles to Pretoria, or to Johannesburg actually, is outside of their budget. Now, Apologetic South Africa partners with Southern Evangelical Seminary. And I just spoke at Southern Evangelical Seminary, where SES brought in the South African team. So I was able to meet them in person. This project is, I don't even want to call it a project. This opportunity is near and dear to my heart, because when I was in South Africa, if y'all know my story, when I was in South Africa, I had a very different mindset. I had a very different view of the world, of humans, of, what the problem was with humanity and how to solve it. And so going back to South Africa, I would be just speaking truth and unashamedly speaking the truth of unity, the truth of God's declared word over us as family, as brothers and sisters, and what that means and how we walk that out, which is extremely different than what I would have said when I was there. And so that opportunity is for a round trip ticket. Now, with that, I also can accept donated airline miles. That I'm trying to figure out, and I should know this by Giving Tuesday. I have our team doing some research on that. But if you want to donate miles, it would need to be on Delta. But I'm also accepting donated airline miles so that I can help pay for the ticket as well. So those are our 3 projects.
Yeah.
The 30 new donors at $100, the booth space, and to upgrade our current booth that we already have, and to be able to pay for the space at different events. The main event that we did this year was Unshaken, and so we paid for each, to attend each stop as a vendor. And then lastly, the third thing would be to cover the costs of me getting my round trip ticket to South Africa. That is it.
And people can find out details about all of those things if they go to our website. They can just go to centerforbiblicalunity.com, and there'll be a link right on the homepage to the Giving Tuesday thing. But if you go there, it's also /Giving Tuesday, and you can see it. That we also want to sow into all of you. We're offering some perks there at different giving tiers to try to help equip you and encourage you. We're going to be doing a training video that we're going to be filming in a few days with Neil Shenvi on radical Islam and how it connects to critical theory. And so that'll be great. We're also have partnered with an artist who contacted the ministry earlier this year for us. He's offering us a special artistic rendering of some of his artwork that he's making available to CFBU partners, and that there's a little thumbnail of it on the website there. And it's kind of cool. He's a great guy. He has an amazing story, and he just wanted to do this for us. And so he made this print. He follows the ministry on Instagram, and he was inspired to do this watercolor. And we're partnering with him to make it available as a gift to some of our Giving Tuesday donors. So anyways, you can get all of those details over at centerforbiblicalunity.com /Giving Tuesday. There you are.
Here I am. Okay, so here's my little tangent. So I was reading the book of Judges 10. And in Judges 10, Joshua, this is where the sun stands still. and Joshua had went to war, and then the surrounding king had heard about, or kings had heard about Joshua's attack, and they were all fearful, and so they were going to attack the other side. And so Joshua fought back and he won, and then the kings went and hid in the cave, and or they got thrown in the cave. I'd have to read it again, but they got in the cave. And so let's see. At some point, Joshua calls for the kings who were in the cave to be brought to him. And he says, let me see here. Oh no, let me see.
Hold on, I'll get it. I'll get it for you. I got it.
Yeah,
here.
I'm starting at 10:29.
Yeah, they went and it says they went and hid in a cave.
Yeah. So they went and hid in the cave. Let me start at the top so I can find where I was looking at. So they went, the sun stood still. Okay, so the 5 Amorite kings. These 5 kings fled and hid themselves in the cave at Makkedah, and it was told to Joshua, the 5 kings have been found hidden in the cave at Makkedah. And Joshua said, roll large stones against the mouth of the cave and set men by it to guard them. So that's what they did. Then later on, Joshua said, open the mouth of the cave and bring those 5 kings out to me from the cave. And they did so and brought those 5 kings out to him from the cave. And the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. And when they brought those kings out to Joshua, Joshua summoned all the men of Israel and said to the chiefs of the men of war who had gone with him, come near. Put your feet on the necks of these kings. I said, looky here. Joshua was hood for real. Because I was like, sometimes when you fight, you need to put your foot on the neck of somebody. And it blessed me. I was like, Lord, surely you are about that life. You are about the hands. When I saw that Joshua put his foot on their neck, I was like, yes and amen, Lord. That was what I needed to read this morning. Anyway, that was all.
That's it.
That was it.
That's what you wanted to share.
That's what, because I was so surprised. I was like, Joshua put his foot on. You better put your foot on their neck and let them people know, don't play with me today. You can have these hands, you can have these feet, you can have it however you want.
Okay. For
I don't know. I thought it was funny.
More Old Testament insights, contact Mike Davis and you'll get some.
I'm just saying, like,
legitimate things.
Jim Wallace is going to come on. Jay Warner Wallace. We're going to do a podcast together, I think at the beginning of the year, to talk about, is it unbiblical to lay hands if somebody come for you? Because I need to know, like,
Brigham says that sounds ratchet.
Huh?
Brigham says that sounds ratchet.
Why does this? He didn't say that sound ratchet. He said so ratchet. It's not ratchet. I was praising the Lord because I was like, yente, hi. I mean, I was just like, am I the only one? Do the ministry? I feel like in some churches, we should have the ministry of the feet, not the feet washing. I mean, that's a whole different thing. But if you got the ministry of the foot, then go on and bring some crazy stuff into my church. I got the ministry of the foot.
For actual insights into the Old Testament, please reach out to Mike Davis.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't understand why people is hands in. Yes, I don't understand why people. I would think that we would be in agreement.
Elaine says, I don't mind being blessed by that.
Hey, yes. That blessed me today. I cannot lie. I said yes.
So Michelle,
about that life.
Michelle has a comment. She says CFBU needs a millionaire that believes in y'all enough to pay for your expenses. where
Yes, we
God
do.
can do what he can. And that's a really good point to explain, is that we don't receive any grants. We are 100% funded by regular people.
Yeah.
And if the ministry has blessed you and you've grown in your faith, we just want to say thank you for those of you who have sown into the ministry, and that if you are benefiting from the ministry, that you just prayerfully consider whether you might partner with us as well. Because if you enjoy the videos, this is not a hobby. Like, we literally spend night and day researching, reading. We're not just jumping on a podcast to have a good time. We use that time as good as we can to be good stewards and to read. We just got a whole bunch of books at ETS, and we're always trying to stay apprised of the literature and being good stewards of that. So, but that's not free. So you gotta. It's expensive. Mo, professor of Old Testament studies or something.
Mike says, Mo believes all scripture is profitable. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And that was profitable today. Oh, that's the best insight ever. I'm telling you. Who knew? And yes, I would be a professor of Old Testament, because in the Old Testament, they wielded the sword. He said, leave none behind, like just gone. That's this. Yes. In the New Testament, I'd have to repent every day in the New Testament. I could not be a New Testament professor. Before I could even get the sentence out, I would be repenting.
Well, that's the problem, is that we're in the new covenant, so you're sort of bound to it anyways.
I know. I got to work through this. I'm a work in progress, people. I am not where I used to be.
So Jim's going to come on and talk about the whole biblical case for self-defense, because you had talked about that issue on this family meeting several weeks ago.
Because if I need to learn to become a pacifist, or like to, what? So when the Bible say that it's better for you to cut off your hand or pluck out your eye than to go to hell.
Yeah. That's in the Sermon on the Mount.
I can't throw these hands, I'm going to have to just cut them off at the wrist. I'm just going to be nubby. I don't know. Like, because.
Well, you can either throw hands or lay hands.
Sometimes I feel like Joshua did both, and sometimes at the same time. Sometimes you got to touch and agree.
You got to lay hands.
I'm just saying. Yeah. But Jim's going to come on and
he's going to talk about, now that was one of the sessions we went to at ETS. I don't think we talked about that in this previous stream. I went to the Just War sequence and sat through a few papers, and that was very interesting. We got the book. I'm going to start reading that, working my way through it. Maybe we can get someone on, but I listened to the paper from the pacifist, and that was very interesting. So
I just don't know if I can get behind it.
Lay thy hands on thy enemies, Kevin says.
Don't play no games. I'm taking it up with Joshua. I feel like the laying on the feet. Yeah.
Mike Davis just wants clarity. He doesn't believe that turn the other cheek is a call of pacifism. That's good.
I appreciate that, because I don't know. I feel like some people will use that. Michelle has a question. I want to make sure we get to it. She says, do we give on Giving Tuesday? Is there a better day? So Giving Tuesday is historically, or at least I'd say for like the last 10 years, the day where nonprofits ask for projects to be funded. That is the day where donors donate and help accomplish goals. People can give at any time.
Yeah, I opened the Giving Tuesday thing today. So if you go to the website today, you can start to donate to the 2023 campaign. And
to do that, select the tab that says Giving Tuesday. So we count it with the Giving Tuesday money.
Yeah. So you can just go to the website here. Let me walk people through it real quick. We'll go to the home page. So if you go to the CFBU homepage, this little pop-up will come up. So that's one way to get there. You just wait 2 seconds and this will take you there. If you just click on it, and it'll take you to the Giving Tuesday page. Also, this nav bar up here that says Giving Tuesday is November 28th, that appears on every page. So you can get there by clicking that. Or if you're totally confused by all that, just click the good old fashioned donate now button. That will also take you to the Giving Tuesday page. And it has all the details of everything that we said tonight. So then you can take your time to read it, pray about it, talk to your spouse about it, and all of that. A million, and this is Pam. I'm glad you're making this comment. A millionaire would be great, but I love that y'all are funded by so many regular people. Y'all do a great job of making your funds go a long way. And we really try, Pam. We really try. Like sometimes it's hard for me to get Monique to buy a pencil.
First of all. First of all.
But this is an important point, because what I saw at the previous ministry where I worked, you know, when you have big money donors, like really big money donors, sometimes they want to have, you have to know how to deal with that, because sometimes, people want to have a say in how the ministries run. And if you got 5 big money donors and they're running everything, which is not how they did it at my previous employer, but they had seen the fruit of that in other ministries, that can get very tricky. So we are very grateful that the Lord just brings people to partner with us, and we are regular people. And we love it that whoever God brings to help walk with us.
Yes, Crystal will tell you I am very frugal. But I also want to be as responsible as possible with the money of people who support us. Like, that's not my money. You know what I mean? Like, that money comes from the family and needs to be in the house to be used for the house. And, to be able to be used responsibly is a very, a very huge goal of mine.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we definitely are always, looking at, what does this cost? What does this mean? Is this worth the cost? And things like that.
You won't see us on Preacher Sneakers on Instagram.
What's Preacher Sneakers?
Oh, you don't know what Preacher Sneakers is?
No.
It's this guy who posts pictures of very fancy shoes that pastors wear. And then he posts like the catalog description, and you can see how much they are and what pastors are wearing $3,000 shoes.
See, that's ridiculous. I think that, hey,
go on Instagram, the Preacher Sneakers.
To each his own. If that's the kind of money you have, you got that throwaway money. But
yeah,
you know what? I'm just gonna shut
Mike
up.
wants to know if we need pencils. You can bring some down the street for us.
We don't need pencils. I might need sweet potato pie, but we don't need pencils.
Andre wants to know if Petty Mo's on the payroll.
Petty Mo is a volunteer. She is a volunteer. She's faithful. She is always willing to help out wherever she can.
And that's like another way that people give. Money is important. We got it. That's just, it's just part of it. And according to scripture, the scripture has a lot to say about money. Money's not dirty. It's not bad. I
was like, money is dirty, but never mind. I understand what you're saying.
But another way to give back is through talent. We have so many awesome volunteers that invest and sow into the ministry that way. Others who pray for us. We love that. All of those things. Michelle says, I only shop at half day at Salvation Army, half off day.
Don't play no games.
Now, Mike Davis says, now Petty Mo, she'll throw hands.
She will.
I think Petty Mo might have a side hustle at Waffle House.
You ain't had to do her like that. But if like me or Petty Mo was going to work at Waffle House, it would be Petty Mo. It would be Petty Mo. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right. Well,
y'all have an Amazon wish list. like for books and such. We don't do an Amazon wish list. We do the Amazon Smile account. And so when people make their orders on
Oh
Amazon,
yeah,
they
it's
can
another way to give.
there's a link that you can connect, and Amazon will give a portion of, like, I think whatever the overall purchase is or something like
Are they
that.
still doing that, or did they kill that program?
I thought they were still doing it, but I haven't seen a check from them in probably 6 months, maybe longer. But
I thought they killed that program.
I'm not sure. I know that we were
We were on there. Like, you can, at one point
and
you
we've
could
received
search for
checks from
us.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. At one point we were approved.
They must have killed it. Yeah.
I'm not sure they.
There is no, yeah. So everybody's saying that there's no more. That
Yeah,
program
they shut that program down
Okay.
February 20th, 2023.
So maybe that is a good idea to do an Amazon wish list, and we can just put it out there.
For the books.
Kevin says throwing hands is a requirement to work at Waffle House. I have never been to a Waffle House. I've never been inside of a Waffle House. I drive by and the windows are always foggy.
They are. Who can explain that to us?
I don't understand.
When we go in the South, the windows at Waffle House are always foggy. Why is that?
I don't know. I can't get down. I'm also gluten free, so I can't, except for sweet potato pie and yeah. But I don't understand. I do not understand. The Waffle House, it just seemed
See, if we had an Amazon wish list, we could put some pencils on there.
That's true.
Oh, Michelle says swim away from any Waffle House.
Honey, I can't swim, but I know
it's always near the Popeyes.
Huh?
Laura says it's always near the Popeyes.
Oh, I never realized that. Waffle House seemed like it would be near a Church's, not a Popeyes. Popeyes is low key. I mean, Popeyes is better than Church's in degrees of like hoodness, but I mean, I need to get you some Popeyes.
I never had the Popeyes. We should live stream me eating Popeyes.
We should,
for the first time.
Yeah, you need Popeyes. We'll get you a big drink because them biscuits will kill you. But they're good. What about Roscoe's? I don't care for Roscoe's. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan. Overrated. If the windows are foggy and the cook is standing outside smoking a cigarette, the Waffle House food will be amazing. That's what I hear.
No, thanks. All right. I think we're done.
I think so.
All right, friends. Thanks for the little jaunt. We're tired. This is the family meeting. Happy Thanksgiving. And
happy Thanksgiving, guys.
See you on Giving Tuesday.
Wait, what? Oh, hold on. Somebody said something. Wait, what? You've never
Andy,
been to a Waffle House? No, Andy. We have. Hi, Andy. We haven't talked to you in a while. Yeah. Roscoe's food has changed. It has. It used to be decent, but not no more. Y'all need Bojangles. Ooh, see, I can't do Bojangles.
Yeah, we always see that in the South.
Yeah, we don't have Bojangles out here. I'm trying to make sure. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. God bless you, and we will see you
on Giving Tuesday.
Oh yeah, Giving Tuesday. We're going to check in 4 times.
We have the live streams.
Yeah, we're going to check in at 9 o'clock to see what's come in overnight, or from midnight until 9, and then we'll check in at noon. We'll check in at
1. Yeah.
Then we're checking in at noon, 6 and 9, or no, 3 and 6. Yeah, noon, like 3 and 6.
And then we always have the Thank You Wednesday of the final total. So
yes.
All right, friends. We love you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.